Greetings, this is Freenair Reunimentra, coming to you with another reaction video to Critical Campaign 3, this time episode 7. Last time we left off, we found out a lot of backstory about the new adventurers who have yet to be named, including in confrontation with someone with Dorian Storm's past, a brother apparently. What will we find out today? Will they actually pick a name, and will they have the good sense to pick Bell Trollers? I will advertise that name until they do. I have heard of something that there might be a new intro. Quick things. First, disclaimer: I do not own nor am I associated with Critical Role beyond the fact that I am a fan. And of course, I still consider myself a rookie. So, if you comment, be kind, please. Also, like and subscribe. It would really help the channel. I'm currently digged out in my new Critical Role gear. Also, my new this shirt. Fresh from the store. Not big to see the logo. Not sponsored, just enjoying. F. Oh, also, what the hell will Sam Siegel be up to? Ooh, what's that canister gonna look like? And what the hell is that gonna be? Like, will we have another episode from the Nordverse? Last time I checked, Robbie got hacked. His mind got hacked. By the way, if you run the fandom wiki, at this point you could just cut out listing Robbie and his character as guest. I think they're permanent cast members now, and I kind of like it. Also, will we finally get the new Willingham character? Let's see if we, Where's the logo? I will be trying to release some other videos, including one about an interesting dance routine.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons & Dragons. Before we jump into tonight's session, we do have some announcements to get through, beginning with the first of our sponsors, Quip, apparently. Sam,
God.
Go ahead.
Tonight's episode has a brand new sponsor, Quip, the Good Habits Company, and their smart electric toothbrushes. These awesome brushes have all the guiding features of their original brush, with a new Bluetooth smart motor that connects to the free Quip app, so you can track your brushing, get tips, I don't know what I'm holding up, and daily coaching, and earn rewards for good habits like brushing 2 minutes twice a day. Quip has a lot going on, guys, but the one thing they don't have is a jingle. Oh, no. So I came up with some ideas, and before I pitch them to Quip, I thought I'd focus test them on you first. So, be honest with your feedback, okay?
God was not just Scanlon's, it's his real life
disco beat. So hit it.
It's kind of obvious that he's an actor.
Feeling the beat between my teeth. Oh, no. Smart electric toothbrush, beep, beep, beep.
Not bad.
Booty. Take a chance. Open wide and let it dance, dance, dance.
Why anyone would feel safe sponsoring this show?
Mouth, disco, it's a disco boogie.
Again, I've seen some of the ones the official people come up with. Those advertisements are just...
Disco, it's a bristle boogie.
Wow. That felt so high. It made my very long. It was
Oh, thanks, Travis. But you know what? It's no big. I've got some more ideas. This next one is a fresh country jam to appeal to a southern demographic.
Let's hear it. Okay.
Hit it. Well, I got a big old truck with a four-wheel drive V8 engine on stack. Grabbing our fishing gear off the extra heavy-duty roof rack. Pull the flatbed down, put the mud tires on. This truck can really cook. And with 1% APR financing, it ain't gonna break my checkbook. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Drive a Quip toothbrush today.
Did you say
all the sense on this?
Thanks, Travis. Yeah,
You're
it was
being
getting
paid,
late last
Travis.
night, so
Admit
I
it.
might have recycled
Just say
some
that.
older material for that one. But it's fine. It's fine. I got one more for you. This one it's dark and beat heavy, like Billie Eilish or Lorde. All right.
Oh, okay.
Really? No Christmas? I'm in
Quip,
stop.
you vibrate me all night long. 4 timed vibrations for each quadrant of your mouth. The first 30 seconds and the 30 seconds and the third 30 seconds and the fourth 30 seconds. I'm done.
I hate it!
Okay.
Well, maybe I'll try again next time. Anyway, start getting rewards for
It's normal
brushing
you
your
think I'll be
teeth
next
today. Go to getquip.com. Where did the other thing go? Oh, you have it. to save $10 on a Quip Smart Electric Toothbrush or the Smart Bundle. Maybe this is that. And as a special bonus for every smart brush purchased with code Critical Role, Quip will make a $10 donation to our own 501c nonprofit organization, the Critical Role Foundation. Check it all out and make the most of this special offer at getquip.com/critical role. Terms and conditions apply. Full terms at getquip.com/crf. Matt,
I didn't know I was gonna do that.
I gotta look that up
brush to
later.
you. It's vibrating.
I've lost control.
I feel like it's fine.
Well, thank you, Sam.
I feel like that's not the first time we said
Thank you,
that.
Quip, for unleashing him even
sorry,
further
Nigel.
into madness. My God.
To be fair, at this point they have to know what they're
Encourage him.
Black to you.
This episode is also sponsored by our amazing partner, The Op, makers of amazing games, puzzles, and accessories for critters around the world. So far, we have released some great puzzles of iconic characters and moments from Campaign 1 and Campaign 2, which include
yeah.
a collectible
I
oversized
have
20-sided
like
die featuring the Mighty Knight emblem on the 20
puzzles for
spot.
Critical Role.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. Our very own Critical Role Munchkin card game, which is a person who played Munchkin for a long time and loved. Based on the adventure of the Mighty Nine, where players relive iconic moments, encounter monsters and allies, and the very fun Critical Role Rubik's Cube, which is also features the Mighty Nine campaign. You can find it all now at bit.ly.theop_CR, and as a special offer to the end of the year, you can receive 10% off your purchase when you use the code CriticalRole21 and free shipping for orders $39.99 or more. Thank you so much for supporting us and supporting the show, guys. Laura and Liam, you got stuff to talk about. Go for it.
We've had so many cool Vax and Vax items that have come out in the last few weeks with our partners
Are they
and
having
stuff.
a seizure?
You might have heard us talk about Kith and Kin, our first novel with
Hey,
Penguin
one store.
Random House. It
Yeah.
is written by the fantastic Marika Nykamp, and you can get your copy right now wherever books are sold or via criticalrolebooks.com. The audiobook version is also available now with narration by the one and only Blue Boy, Robbie Damon.
You guys-
Me and Laura
I may look up on
Rising
Audible.
What are they called again?
Vax and Vax.
Vax and Vex.
I said your name first.
Vox.
Because
Back and back the box.
I don't know why I said his name first. From our friends at Sideshow. First of all,
Oh gosh.
hold it up because it's
Get
amazing.
ready for this.
Oh God.
So gorgeous. This is going in my house, not
Yeah.
the nerd office.
Sorry.
My house.
Yeah, this was the one for the office, but
That's
we're
actually
stealing
not bad.
it.
That's
So
not
you can
bad.
pre-order. Oh, this is beautiful, and it's by Ian McDonald. He's amazing. And you can pre-order the print, or either framed or unframed. And the art measures 24 by 18, just so you know. And of course, we have the Vex and Vex. I put some of the Quip gum in my mouth.
And you're loving it. No, don't spit out
Well,
that
I
sponsored
feel
stuff.
bad chewing gum while I'm talking about things.
It's very disrespectful.
Which one's more disrespectful? We also have the Vex and Vex statues from Sideshow. There's so many details on them. Be sure to check them out. I wish I had it in front of me to show you because they're beautiful. You can learn more about all of those items at Sideshow at side.show/critical role.
We also have 3 new shirts available at Hot
yes,
Topic.
yes.
Oh.
2 of which feature art from our Vox Machina Origins comic book series created with our friends at Dark Horse. This is by the wonderful Olivia Sampson, who love her designs. You might have noticed we're wearing them tonight.
That's awesome.
This is actually not planned. We just both wanted to wear them tonight.
That's right.
For real.
That's right.
I know.
That happens about once a month.
In addition to that, we also have a shirt featuring Trinket. You might recognize the design by Jenny Park from our Trinket Chibi pin.
Yeah.
Ow! You can find these shirts. This is also a deadly weapon. You can find these shirts and other Critical merch and Critical Role merch in select. I'm so bad at scripts. In select Hot Topic stores or at hottopic.com.
Welcome to Twincember.
Yay!
Alrighty. Well, before we jump in, also Sam and Marisha.
We've got extra
we
medium.
got something to talk about
I'll take
too.
You guys, guess what is about to happen?
It's happening.
It's happening. Our new opening title sequence. Come in. Huge shout out to our crew who totally busted their fucking ass to get this thing going. It's epic. Love them. And Sam, tell them about that
The
sweet
music, then there's a brand new opening theme song written by myself and Peter Habib, music by Habib, lyrics by me, and sung by
that's
the
fair, but
amazing
there's
cast of
songs or-
Critical Role. They're all sitting
Well,
here at this
you
table.
the role.
And so,
Someone do
I
it.
mean, I feel like we should just
Christmas
show
bell.
it.
I think so.
I think we should.
I'll look
Can't
at.
wait to see it.
Well, me too. Then let's do that as we go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of Critical Role.
One by one we climb until we reach the top. 2 by 2 we fall. Will we meet our end or meet our destiny? Hold your breath and roll. How do you want to do this? It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery. Who knows what will happen? He might. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight.
From the healer to the renegade, we all share the same goal. Adding more allies, taking more chances. Hold your breath and roll.
You can certainly try.
It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery. From darkness, our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight.
Okay. I think I prefer your role.
It's Thursday night.
More like multi. This is more like a multi-campaignish, but yeah.
And welcome back. So last we left off, this troop of adventurers having lost a friend, avenged a friend, and really setting off to discover what the next wave of mysteries before them were worth pursuing, decided to follow one thread that was mentioned by Lord Eric's Astaroth to the Dreamscape Theater, where apparently a series of disappearances he had heard rumored were occurring or had occurred in recent weeks around the establishment. Gathering your things, you headed further into the core spire of Drusar to the Dreamscape Theater proper. You acquired tickets. You found yourself a nice box seat on the left-hand upper side of the theater, preparing for a performance of a troupe referred to as Kendra's Flying Lauders. Which, it's great when you make up stuff, and afterward go like, oh, I don't know what I'm figure that out.
Bring in the otters.
But as you all have your seats, it seemed that Dorian was pulled aside. Somebody requested a conversation in which an individual named Cyrus made themselves seen, and a brief, intense conversation ensued in the stairwell beneath before you returned to the box seat as the show was about to begin. And so here, within the
Oh God, what's going to happen in
steadily darkening interior of the Dreamscape Theater, you have a few moments to prepare before the performance of the afternoon. What would you like to do?
And
once again. Sorry, that took longer than I thought it would.
Dorian's rejoined, right?
I think right now Dorian is returning.
Everything okay?
Did you go get refreshments?
Popcorn.
No, I forgot. Sorry, just.
Who was it? Who wanted you to come down there?
Oh, that's right. It was a patron.
Yeah, it was just someone who recognized me from a show, and we just chit-chatted for a little bit. I used the restroom, and I'm excited to see the flying lauders, was it?
I think it's otters.
Like the...
Yeah, I think that's what I heard.
They just throw them around the stage.
I don't know. Let's hope.
Quick insight check on that.
It's lauders. They're French. You just say lauders.
Make a deception check if you'd like.
Oh, yeah.
9.
Oh, cocked.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. 8.
Oh!
All right.
Okay. At this point, the last bit of lights begin to vanish, and you can see the small cylindrical devices that are affixed to the far upper right and left of the interior walls of the chamber begin to alight brighter as you see the stage, the curtains begin to steadily open as the music from the pit below begins to pick up a bit. And with that, you can see the audience begins to hush as performers begin to come to the stage. You can see what looks to be a troupe of about 6 acrobats begin to emerge and bow as the music begins to swell a bit. As a few people in the audience like, I thought it was going to be otters! But everyone prepares as they begin to release themselves into a flurry of flips and back handsprings and tosses into the air. A brilliant display of physical prowess. Back and forth across the stage, you're waiting for the moment where they collide, and they do not, it seems, they do not. It goes pretty damn well. There's a few moments where you find yourself clutching the wood on the edge of your chairs, uncertain if this is safe or going to end poorly. But with extreme speed and a practiced capability, you watch as they finish their first flurry of their gymnastics routine. And what you thought was a resonant kind of chant that was rhythmic from an unseen chorus, you notice at this point is coming from the performers as they undergo their display. As they finish for their bow, you can see their mouths moving in unison as this low chant that's being spoken and sung amongst them is the other half of their performance.
Oh, it's weird. Now this is feels like they're summoning something.
I'm watching the audience if I can.
Yeah,
Perception check.
I was getting my feeling too.
9.
What?
Was it?
9.
It's hard to see. Really low lights now at this point. Attention's kind of at the stage. Then you hear
What was
the
again?
pushing of wheels as a large seesaw-like device is brought to the center stage. And there you watch as they begin to gather from side to side, where there are now ladders being placed on the sides, the curtains pulled back further, the lights and colors change and shift. And as they all begin to take their places at the side, one by one, they begin to leap from the sides onto one side of the saw and catch the other, and flip and rotate and catch off of bars that you didn't even notice were affixed higher onto the stage. With that, you watch as the energy begins to rise, and as they're doing this, the song changes. Now, they're vocalizing a harmony, and as it progresses, you can't help but feel enraptured by this combination of physical capability and musical prowess. And nothing bad happens. It's going great without it. The audience is in hushed gasps and whispers and cheering and shh, and just this constant cycling of reactionary sounds and exclamations from the people in the dark shaded space before you. You can see as at one point they seem to have stopped on the seesaw, and then 3 individuals climb up and at once leap off in unison and slam onto one side. The impact of the wood onto the stage is so loud that you see people in the front row kind of cover their ears, and you're sure some of the wood may have cracked. As on the opposite side, one individual is thrown out of sight, up and beyond the curtains.
He's dead.
Where'd he go?
He died.
Oh my gosh.
Off the other side and caught by their friends and placed onto the stage. All their voices begin to come to a close as the one that was caught and landed comes out with this beautiful falsetto. And everyone kind of goes, okay, that was weird, but good on you. And they cheer. And when their third act, they pull away this odd seesaw, and you watch as
seesaw, that
swings descend from above the stage, what looks to be a set of 3 trapeze. And utilizing these same ladders, you can hear that falsetto voice that ended the last act is now brought up by the other performers into an angelic chorus. It almost feels like some sort of odd worship-adjacent like musicality that fills the chamber, echoing and swelling in this beautiful sound that feels almost like it requires reverie, but the energy of them climbing is palpable as they leap and swing and grasp and spin. Not so great. One of them misses the swing. Onto the wood. There's a pause. The other performers turn and look. They get up. Into a display, arms out. Big cheers, big cheers. And as they're cheering, they bow and quietly exit the stage, holding their back. It is.
Whenever it's quiet, I'm just wrestling with a paper bag of some sort. Just that person in the audience.
Hard candies?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Just lots of Werthers.
Damn you, Werthers.
The performance picks up into this final act for a moment, but you can see there's like a general nervousness amongst them. They seem to almost come to a close of the performance. The musicality of their voices now introducing an element of discomfort and curiosity amongst them. They end it rather abruptly and then leave the stage. There's some clapping.
Brava! Is that the end?
That could have been the end.
That's what my hands sound like.
A few moments pass beyond what would have been roughly a 25 to 30 minute performance. You watch as a half-elf man comes out onto the stage dressed in impeccable tails with broad shoulders that come to an extravagant point that curve ever so slightly at the edges. This kind of deep blue velvet with what looks to be almost like a leopard pattern interior that just drifts past the back of his outfit. He has these tight, faintly striped, like green and brown pants that go down to these immaculate boots. And you
Striped horizontally or vertically, just for reference.
horizontally.
Okay.
A large smile, and this toothy grin that he wears. He is have long and chiseled of complexion that looks to be maybe in his early 50s or so, but handsome and holds on to it well. You see his dark complexion and amber hair that is slicked back slightly to one side, and this pencil mustache that glides just over the upper lip. He steps out. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for the matinee.
I think you're supposed to.
Hello. We hope you enjoyed this performance of Kendra's Flying Larders. There are no refunds, but have a wonderful night and hope to see you again. A good night. And he exits the stage. There's a few claps and...
No refund? What really happened?
Something happened.
Why did you specify no refunds? Feels like that's very specific.
I think the show ended rather early.
That's a weird way to close a show. It's like
Maybe maybe that one performance.
Either that
hurt.
Can we look down in the audience? Are the lights coming up at all?
The lights are beginning to come up. You can see the oil lanterns are now being turned up by the ushers as they move through the audience, and you can make out the details of people now beginning to shift from their seats talking. They look a bit confused. Some folks are leaving. Some folks are excitedly talking about what they had just seen. You can gauge their experience.
Does anyone look especially distressed in the audience?
Not in particular. Okay. Not running off of your... Well, the lights are up now. I'd say roll another perception check.
It's gonna be bad.
Yeah, pretty good.
Oh! 20!
Oh! You don't see anyone specifically distressed by any means, just a lot of confusion. Okay. These are all, paying patrons of the arts, and there just seems to be not unlike some of you up there in the box that you paid quite a decent amount for, bit of frustration at the brevity of the performance for the night. But people are beginning to exit and make their way beyond and out of the theater. What would you like to do?
Is this standard fare for the theater?
I think you said it did feel a little short. Yeah.
I think it would have been better with otters, honestly.
Yes, I do too.
Can you imagine them doing that flippy thing?
So cute.
I mean, they really. You ever see one of them? They smash open the clamshell.
They can do like juggling.
Yeah.
They
I
hold
did like when the
hands.
person
What
fell,
if-
though.
Oh,
Exciting.
Specifically, and was caught or fell and was not caught.
Just fell. Anyway, what were you going to say?
What if we could say, having spent so much money on these particular seats, we could say that, we were enamored with the performance and wanted to congratulate the performers in person. A lot of times when people, spend a lot of money on something, they're granted extra perks, right?
Oh, backstage pass or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
I'm sure we could ask.
We need to go backstage. I smell money.
Worst that could happen is they say no, right? Let's give it a shot.
Yeah. And we just do it without permission.
How do we do it?
Yeah.
Do we go up and we're like, ooh, we paid money.
I feel like
Demands.
Ryan should probably say something, just
Yeah.
because
Oh.
he's the one that asked for the seats, after all.
I suppose we try to flag down the attendant. All right. I'm gonna peek my head out the curtain and look down the hallway. Do we see anybody around, or?
It's a little staircase leads down just beyond the box where you are, because you guys are elevated. But even looking over the side, you can see there are 3 ushers that are kind of working their way through. One of which is Siren, the Dragonborn that had previously both brought you to your seats and retrieved you for your encounter before the performance.
We could just say we were offered a backstage tour with the box seats.
Oh, a little fib.
You're gonna lead with a lie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty harmless.
Why don't we all go at once, like sort of
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
lie,
yeah.
like a little bit of
Get a little pressure.
pressure. That's it.
I like
in.
that.
Who's the most convincing liar?
I could try.
Yeah.
Let's not have
Respectable.
fish
I think you do. You look respectable.
Yeah.
It'll be.
I took a quick peek over the balcony's edge. Is it cleared out? Some is it?
It's cleared out some, but
Locked.
people are taking their time. Some individuals are
You know.
almost hoping that there's going to be an encore performance. Others probably just have back issues and are taking their, I speak from experience, taking their time, to exit and then exactly.
Sure. We head down?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Walk up to that usher.
Okay. You can see Siren in the process of like picking up elements of ticket scraps and other bits of looks to be almost like now empty discardable bottles, people that had snuck in. And he just kind of shakes his head for a minute before looking up. Hi.
Hello. We were just wondering what entrance it is we were supposed to use.
Oh, the exit is.
Oh, not the exit. No, the entrance to the backstage.
Oh, there isn't. You're not allowed to go.
Oh, we got special permission on account of
I think
being
just-
such esteemed patrons.
He said, go to the proscenium, walk down the Vom, and you'll be right there, something like that.
Who said this?
What was that? The littler one.
When we first met.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, me either.
Describe them. Maybe I know.
Smallish.
Oh, a halfling.
Yvonne?
Yep,
Maybe.
that's the one.
Stuva.
Oh no, Stuvan's the.
Oh.
No.
Oh, you know what? It might have been him after all. Yeah.
Make a deception check. I would have given you advantage, but a few people chimed in there as opposed to just the two of you. So. Yvonne?
Yep,
Maybe.
that's the one.
Stuva.
Oh no, Stuvan's the.
Oh.
No.
Oh, you know what? It might have been him after all. Yeah.
Make a deception check. I would have given you advantage, but a few people chimed in there as opposed to just the two of you. So.
It was the two faces of the group.
Well.
And suddenly it was the group.
Fair.
Oh, that's not.
13. 13.
13. I apologize, but I
Do you need to
should.
check with someone?
I think I do.
All
Just
right.
wait here. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure. Was it Stuvan you said?
You know,
No,
I can't
don't
be sure
think
that's his
what it
actual
was,
name. No,
actually.
he was smaller. You know, she has a bad memory.
I forget. I jumble letters together and
It
could have been
sounded
like
like halfling
you know.
ticket taker.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes,
All
there
right.
is.
I'll go ahead and check. And he kind of exits past you and begins shuffling off to
If
the
you could
front.
hurry, because we're on a tight schedule.
And he exits through the exit into the main area there.
Well, that could have gone better.
Just sneak in.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping.
Yeah, let's just sneak in. I'm very sorry. I thought that the name popped in my head, and then I realized
great.
it wasn't it.
You did great.
Who's Devon?
I don't remember.
Stevan's the fellow who just made the speech at the end of the show.
Is it his? Yes. Oh, okay. Well, that could have worked.
That could have worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are you doing?
Is there a entrance
Yeah,
backstage?
stage entrance. Is there a stage door?
From this point, you don't see an immediate entrance to the stage.
Just go on the stage and go.
Yeah,
You can.
Yeah, you know how it works.
Is there anybody in the room?
Yes, there's probably about 40 other patrons that haven't exited yet.
No,
Should we make them
we can
leave?
create a distraction.
Oh,
I'm sure we can come up with something.
I got it.
Oh,
And I cast thaumaturgy.
Sure.
And then from backstage, you hear fire! Fire! Everybody leave! Fire!
oh God! In a literal open theater.
Living the dream.
And then thaumaturgy again. You start to smell smoke.
You start to smell smoke.
Yeah.
Word.
Thaumaturgy one more time. Looks like smoke.
Jesus, thaumaturgy is the greatest spell ever.
Stretching the limits a little bit of thaumaturgy here with this. It's a cantrip. But it's enough to get a few people's attention. I take it this is the instantaneous sound.
Yeah.
Probably
Okay.
not the most
It's not a
chaotic.
phrase necessarily,
And they're
so
all-
fire is about as much as you can get out with it. So fire. From backstage? From backstage?
Uh-huh.
All right. People immediately begin to get up and grab their things and usher.
Actually, the good with maybe the thing
They, they begin to exit with haste.
We should
But
move.
the only one
we
who
should
is-
move. There- we should-
who doesn't look chaotic.
Onto the stage and backstage. Okay.
I would like you all to make a stealth check if you're doing
Check
this
grass.
quietly.
God, what are we doing?
Forum.
Should I help with this?
Is it?
Nah.
20.
18. Whoops.
18?
21.
Okay.
7.
Okay.
Squeaky wheel.
We have to lift him up.
This is a don't use that dice again because I can't tell what.
3.
No, it's not. It can't be a 3. It's backwards.
Why
Oh,
would
it's a
you
3.
use this die ever?
Because sometimes it rolls amazing,
I
and
respect
other
that.
times there's
You
no in
can't tell
between
what
with it.
1 out of
number.
20.
I didn't do it well. It's a 5.
Okay, fine. Where'd you get Imogen?
23.
I rolled a 20.
Oh, let's try
20?
23.
23?
7.
What? Which who rolled?
Okay.
And what they rolled
Thankfully, there was some distraction in there.
to lower the.
And overall, more successes than failures. Even though a few people probably watched you go on stage, they don't necessarily give a shit. Because they're either worried about the fire or like, how uncouth, and just keep moving. But you do scoot up into the wings of the stage, past the curtains, and immediately back there you can see there is a stagehand there. It looks to be some of the performers are in the process of kneeling and helping kind of get cushions under the one that fell during the performance, who looks like they're injured, but it's not like grievous by any means. They're just like, they don't notice you. Except for the half-elf man who finished the performance, who, as you come through the curtain, is literally standing right there in front of you as you push through. Who would have been at the front of the pack, leading the charge into the backstage?
I'll go first. Maybe they lifted me on the stage first, let's say.
Okay, so as you cruise by, and to the side, you almost run straight into the sternum of this man. He stops, puts a hand on your shoulder. I'm sorry. What are you?
Oh, I'm hi, I'm Fresh Cut Grass.
You're not supposed to be here.
Oh, I was very concerned about your performer who had an injury and wanted to come back and offer my services. I'm a bit of a medicine bot.
odd dress for a
My guy just realized
medicinally
he's
trained
a literal
individual.
heel boss.
Costumes are always welcome, but I believe me when I say that we have it under control. And you hear, "Ugh!" And you see them like helping the performer up and kind of like stretching a bit. You can see someone has administered some kind of numbing agent to the space where they kind of impacted on their butt.
Oh, I don't want to disagree with you. It seems like you do have everything in hand, but I think I could help that performer feel better much quicker.
He is quite a talented medical practitioner.
Take a persuasion check.
Sure. 13.
13. The person that you've sussed out at this point is Stuvan. He gives you a look.
Are you sure that's the name, right?
Well, I'm certain it wouldn't hurt at the very least. Make way, we have a curious self-professed healer who's arrived and kind of like guides you past, and then looks over you. I'm sorry, this is not an exit. You have to go the other way.
Oh, of course, we're just with him. We just had to accompany our associate.
Self-professed healer.
We really enjoyed the show.
Yeah,
too,
you're
by
lucky
the way.
we had such esteemed boxes where we were sitting that we could
is
see
that where you
the,
were sitting?
the view.
Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. And you like has forgotten entirely about you and the harmed individual and is now engaged in this like, well, really any time. There is a membership that you could actually acquire that will let you proceed throughout the seasons.
What else do you have airing of the rest of the season?
Oh, well, I have to go ahead and get my repertoire out of my office here in a bit, but
We'd love to accompany you.
make a persuasion check.
Come on. Just get
I'm
one
believing
right.
you. Come on.
Oh, okay. 22.
Oh.
Hey.
And kind of looks at you, looks at Dorian in particular over the dress, and goes,
Like
certainly, that can be arranged. Just a moment, please. In the meantime,
I'm rolling over and I'll just assess the situation. Is this performer hurt badly?
Make a medicine check.
15 plus 5, 20.
Taking a glance at how they're holding themselves, the physicality of how they're adjusting their weight to compensate, you get the sense that probably this might be a fractured tailbone.
Oh, and the game.
Not okay.
So not serious, but definitely not
but awful.
enjoyable by any means.
Oh, I couldn't help but notice that you're injured. Do you mind if I touch you and
What are you?
I can only help you. I promise. I'm designed to help you.
Kind of looks to the other members, and this up close, you get a glance. You can see that there is a familial thread between everybody here. There definitely is. This is like a family of performers.
Stuvan said that I was welcome back here.
All right, I guess if you can help.
This will only take a second, but I'll have to touch your backside if that's all right with you.
That is fine.
Okay. Just turn over a little bit.
The nerves begin to definitely creep up into their expression.
He'll be fine.
I will gently lay my hand on their back and cast Cure Wounds.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll.
Let's see, D8. Not great. 5 hit points.
That's not bad. There was a sound. And they go, ah! And you watch everyone else all of a sudden reach forward and grab for you, like, what the fuck are you doing? Before they go, huh. Hold on. Oh my goodness. That's amazing.
Well, there was just a little alignment issue that we had.
Apparently. Oh, wow. Thank you, small metal thing. You have been very helpful.
Oh, it was a fantastic show, and I'm sorry you took a spill there, but before, you were just incredible. Flying through the air like that.
Just remarkable.
Well, it is a family affair here. We are only as good as we are as a whole.
You're all related to each other?
More or less.
Wow.
I take it there was more to the show.
There was, but, have to take care of ourselves first.
So great. How long have you been in the business?
Well, and looks over, and you can see there's the older woman of the troupe. Just kind of steps forward. You can see she's in her probably early 50s, but fitter than anyone you've seen in their 20s for the most part. Kind of comes forward with a discerning glance, and it's kind of at this point now you can see the protectiveness, kind of the matronly protectiveness kick in as they begin to look through you and take in both of you with as much of an instant read as they can. He goes, "My name is Kendra, and this is my family. We have been doing this for about 15 years together, and we will continue to do it until I drop or the rest of us do."
Wow, so you're the head honcho.
They all kind of like look at her, look back at you.
Cool.
I thank you very much for helping my son.
It's my absolute pleasure. And I can't wait to see your next show.
And she looks over, and the younger performer that you helped goes, "It may be sooner than we were discussing." She goes, "Well, you need to rest regardless, just to make sure. Anyway, it is appreciated."
We could actually maybe use your help for something, since we're back here.
I'm not sure what we could be helpful for, but tell me.
We do need a little information. There have been some rumors flying around about people disappearing from the theater. We're just kind of looking into that a little bit.
They all kind of glance at each other, and Kendra goes, "I cannot say I've heard of such rumors. We've only been in town for about a week."
Oh, so you're a traveling show?
We are, yes.
Oh, how long are you in residence at this theater?
Only for 2 more weeks.
And you've only been here a week?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
On that note, Orem is going to fade back while everyone's talking to them, and just out of curiosity, check out the house again and see if anyone's lingering.
You got it. The roll perception.
Can I also ask where Stuvan is in relation to all of this? Because I kind of lost track.
While this conversation and healing is happening, Stuvan was kind of talking with you guys up until the point where you wanted to re-engage, in which case he would have followed. He wants to stay nearby. He definitely seems invested in these sudden arrivals that are going to possibly drop more money onto the performances.
I'll kind of fade back with Orem and just be a second set of eyes with him as well.
Okay, so perception check?
22.
22? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
assistance.
I'm always at advantage.
That's a secret. He's always at advantage.
Perception in the game and life.
You see most patrons leave but one. Who in the far, far back, kind of to the side of the exit, you see one. It's kind of hard to see this distance, but they're wearing a hood indoors, which is
really cool.
Remarkable.
Super cool.
It's awesome.
I wear my sunglasses at night.
It's every online role-playing character from the late 90s.
Ladna, look off in the corner there.
Ooh, spooky creeper.
It's right about then that they exit, after the other patrons.
What do you think?
Probably nothing.
Shall we follow?
When you put it like that. Let's go.
All right.
Kendra.
As we leave, I just go send a message. Imogen, be right back.
And I'll send back, starting a connection. All right, let me know for 4 minutes what's going on.
Just hamster dance plays in the background of her messages.
all of Imogen's messages are accompanied by banjo playing.
I'll talk to production, see if we can make it happen.
No.
Apparently not even funny.
While that's transpiring, and Stuvan is beginning to approach the group, Kendra's kind of talking to us. Your best bets in asking about any sort of recent things would be the owner, and points over to Stuvan, who steps and goes, what about me? Kendra goes, they're asking about, there have been disappearances. And Stuvan goes, that's preposterous. I mean, there are those people that leave the performances early because whether they are unappreciative of the art we present or drunkards, there have been no disappearances.
Is there a particular section where people often leave? Maybe that seat in the house doesn't get the best view or something.
Do
And I'm
not
going to
worry,
cast
Ken.
Detect Thoughts as I ask that.
You may. That is going to be a 16. What's your DC?
Fuck, 14.
You still catch surface thoughts, right?
Or
is it only? Is the
Yeah, I
deep
think
dive?
you only have to roll.
Yeah,
if you
you
want
only
deeper.
roll if I'm prying. Yeah,
Right.
I'll catch surface thoughts. Yes, regardless.
Surface thoughts you catch is an immediate beat of recognition to fear to curiosity. And a thought of like, what? Huh. And it goes, Kendra, take your family to rest. You've had a very intense past hour. But well done. Well done, everyone. Have a good night. We should talk.
Oh, all right. We'll follow. In your offices?
If you don't mind, just follow me, please.
Do you want me to take care of the other kids, or do you want some muscle here?
I don't think we'll need muscle, but it's up to you.
We should all stick together.
Well,
You having two not here, but all
Orm
right.
and Laudna are off. Orm's pretty capable. And
All right.
Laudna's got things covered.
Off to where? Where'd they go?
They followed someone. And I'll just ask Laudna, where exactly were you going?
I saw a creepy guy in the corner.
They saw a creep. They saw a creep.
Oh, I forgot about the
Giving him a look-see?
What did he look like?
Great that the ends are on
Can you
now.
ask her what
What did he look like exactly? Laudna? What did he look like exactly?
Oh, he had a really cool cloak.
Cloak? What color was it?
What color was it?
It was hard to see in the kind of the low house lights that weren't super bright at this distance, but you did roll pretty high, so you would know. It would have been like a dull gray.
Okay.
In fact, now that the question comes up again and you think about it, it's not unlike an individual that you saw when you had a run-in with the Corsairs.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, it was something that
So-
they saw at the Corsairs.
So I asked when I perceived in the wings the Corsair, was he cloaked? Or did he have a hood?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Pulled the hood back before revealing himself.
Okay.
I think we got a friend ahead. Not a friend.
I don't know. We could be friends.
Could be.
So you both.
They might be friends. I'm not sure.
Unlikely. I saw someone earlier, sort of lurking in the wings.
Oh. You saw lurkers?
I didn't know what to think of it at the beginning. I thought maybe it was part of the act, or I saw it and it just sort of, I don't know, it's distracted. And anyway, yeah, I think it was from someone from the Corsairs.
Keep us posted, Lana.
Will do.
Man, talking to her just always makes me feel so warm and fuzzy.
In the interim, while you two are, I would like you both, one, to make a stealth check as you are pursuing this individual.
Fail me? All right. 17.
16.
16. Okay, got it. While you guys begin to pursue carefully out of the chamber, the rest of you follow Stuvan out of the wings of the theater into a hallway, into a switchback staircase that leads to a second floor on the level of where the rafters would have been. And a little further back, you can see there is a nice kind of dark mahogany door that has these intricate carvings of the comedy and tragedy masks that are kind of mingled in with tree leaves and what looks to be almost like a relief composition of Drusar's spires in a simplistic way. Following into the interior, it's not a massive office by any means. It's quite cluttered with the furniture that's there, and it has, you can see a lot of collected antique furniture that has been used to fill most of the space here, almost to ensure that anybody that's entering and stepping at the edge of the desk to greet him is uncomfortably pressed into proximity, so the five of you pushing in there is very much kind of shoulder to shoulder as Tuvan steps around to the other side of his desk and sits down, crosses one knee over the other, places his hands on the edge. If you wouldn't mind closing the door for me, please. Thank you.
Welcome.
So, you're asking about disappearances. Where did you hear about this?
All over. Everybody's talking about it.
Make a deception check.
Just everybody.
12.
Really? Everyone?
I mean, I don't know everyone in this city. Just, I mean, I think that was more of a general statement. Where did we hear about it? I can't.
It's come up a lot. I mean, honestly, the fact that we're even here should have you a little worried.
Oh, I'm quite curious as to what your intent is asking these questions.
Only to help you out.
Really, just a few deep-pocketed strangers come and see one of our matinee performances and decide out of the goodness in their heart that they're going to look into some disappearances that apparently have been rumored by everyone.
Isn't it?
Wouldn't you?
Much.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you be more suspicious if penniless, desperate people appeared at your door wanting to know about this stuff?
So smart.
It is possible there are good people in the world.
Sits back and thinks for a second, and you kind of take in the garish office. You can see all sorts of baubles and posters of performances past that are like plastered along the walls. You can see Esmer and the Child of Light across the Osmit, under a ruddy night, the Calamity, an interpretive dance history of Exandria's greatest tragedy.
I want to see that.
To Kill a God, the Scanlan Shorthalt one-man show. Like, it's greatest tragedy.
I want to see that.
To Kill a God, the Scanlan Shorthalt one-man show. Like, it's all manner of various performance posters from throughout the years have been collected and are on display. Some seem to have maybe caught a bit of like moldy corners at the edges, but nevertheless, it is definitely a collection of keepsakes for one man who is desperately trying to keep this theater what he wants it to be.
You've been in business for a long time.
Oh, I've been in business for not enough time, but we're working on it. Look, I love it with you. If you are indeed here to help, it's not like you're going to do any more than the Wilders, wardens have not done, than to just pressure me with questions. Yes, we've had some disappearances. Don't know why, and I'm a bit frustrated that anyone I've spoken with has turned up with no answers, and a lot of eyes seem to be on me.
How long have they been going on?
About 3 weeks ago was the first disappearance of our previous janitor. His name is Usha Breck.
Say that again one more time.
Our previous janitor, Usha Breck, a very nice, older halfling gentleman who'd been working here for over 10 years. Quiet, kept to himself, but was a good worker, I didn't interact with him too much, but he just sort of vanished. We thought maybe he just quit. Maybe he decided to move on. So we didn't think anything of it. I replaced the position. It was fine. 2 weeks ago, we had a performance troupe come through known as the Diamond Mask. One of the performers, a half-giant actor who played not the lead, but one of the supporting roles, named Sino, then vanished. The troupe began to ask questions. I, of course, have no answers, but, performers, they can be flaky.
Were these happening during the shows, or...?
To my knowledge, these disappearances were not noticed until either intermission or some point after the night's festivities. 2 performances is a little odd. Or 2 disappearances. Within that same week, we had 2 patrons vanish. Mrs. Eden Caldwell and Mr. Amir Lioto. Both, well, often at the same box that you currently took up seats in this night.
Oh. Wow.
But they disappeared. No one noticed until their family came around asking the next day. They're separate families.
What was the second gentleman's name?
Mr. Amir Lioto. They apparently were last seen here for a performance for the night.
And this was that same troupe? The Diamond Masks were performing during that time?
They did bring the understudy, believing that Sino, the performer, may have just absconded. So they were finishing out their run, and that's when these patrons apparently disappeared the night they were seeing the show. 1 week ago, we had an occasional patron named Yaden. I do not know his last name. Not very well off. Occasionally scrounged up the money for one of our backseat tickets. Younger gentleman. He apparently vanished as well. And friends of his began to ask similar questions. So that's when I really began to take notice. My nerves began to fray a bit and began to do my own internal investigations. But it's very hard to maintain focus while also trying to run a business. And it's about this time that word got to the Wardens, and they began to poke around, to no avail other than, well, beginning to make very presumptuous statements in and at my presence. And then 3 days ago, a young woman who was one of our rotating bartenders here at the theater, named Lidney Osadala, she vanished. She's the most recent. So we're now looking at a total of 6 people who have disappeared in the period of 3 weeks. And I'm growing anxious and worried. So if you're looking to help, what do you have?
Well, first of all, can I just say that sounds tragic and horrible, and I'm sorry that you had to go through all this, shouldering this burden of guilt and all by yourself. But we can help. We've been pretty good about finding people who either don't want to be found or have been lost themselves so far. We're 1 for 1, right?
Are you investigators? What is your trade, if I might ask? You look a bit, and I mean this with nothing but the utmost respect. In this light, you look a bit patchwork.
We are intentionally as such. We're kind of a jack of all trades troupe. Everyone brings something.
So what are you looking for? The adoration of the innocence of Drusar? Are you looking to make a name for yourself? Or are you just wanting a payday?
Well, a name would be good. Especially if it's Bill Troller.
Like many performers, we also have a patron, and he just wants to do some good in the world, so we're here to please him.
Leans forward, getting a little darker in the face. So you were sent here by someone. Who sent you, if I might ask?
We're not really at liberty to discuss that. I, for one, can say I'm excited to be a patron of the local arts in any way I can.
We're not fully under his wing as of yet, so we only take jobs that appeal to our nature.
So, just out of the goodness of your own heart.
That hard to believe, huh?
Sometimes. But we are purveyors of stories of hope here. And even in this old, long-dragged gut of mine, I would like to think there are individuals out here that wish to make a difference. But you also want money, yes.
If it happens, it happens. All of these people that went missing, what type of show was it? A matinee, an evening? Was it all sorts?
They all seem to be evening performances, if I recall.
All right.
Or at least the disappearances
And
were
there-
noticed by the next morning.
All right. Any particular nights in general?
There wasn't a pattern, if that's what you're asking. It's a bit scattershot on which days it happened.
All right.
And just to make sure that we have all of our geese in a row, you didn't have anything to do with it?
Absolutely not. I'm too busy to commit anything this foul.
Did you build this structure yourself, or do you buy it already after it was built?
A little bit of both. I purchased it in a simpler state and expanded it, unleashing its potential.
And do you have an underground storage in this theater?
We do.
Would you mind if we took a look around there?
Kind of glances back at the five of you again. You've been rather quiet. What's your specialty in this strange troupe?
Humble bard. You know, a few jokes.
You're a performer. Are you a performance troupe? Are you trying to use this to get yourself an audition?
No. We all come from various backgrounds and found our way
Because I
together.
respect the hustle.
Well, you know, maybe once we've found...
I want nothing less than to be on a stage. No offense.
Nope.
Okay, that clarifies something.
I wouldn't mind.
Oh, really?
Well, it just sounds fun. It looked fun. They were all up there getting clapped at and stuff.
Well, you know, maybe after all this is done, we can look at Dorian and F.C.G. and Fern, too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I would love to perform as well.
Ashton?
Oh boy. Nope. Oh no.
We'll watch from the wings.
Very well. Yes, I will notify the staff that you are here under my business to ask questions. And the staff would probably have better answers to your questions than I would, since I don't really directly deal with most of these individuals of interest.
2 quick ones then. 3 quick ones then.
Throw in a 4th while you're at it. What do you want?
Oh, 4 then. Well, first, do you know about any secret entrances, weird trapdoors that may exist in the building, connecting to the center of the core spire, etc.?
No, the only trapdoors we have are to the stage, and those are specifically just to go under the stage.
We'll keep an eye on Ashton, for sure.
2, is there anyone working here who worked here before you got here?
No, I am the oldest one.
3, is it possible
Not to point out that a lot of our employees are also very young, so...
Sometimes there's someone who remembers something that's, way back there. These buildings are weird. And is it possible to get an address for that janitor that disappeared at some point? That would be where I'd want to start looking once we've scavenged the theater.
If I'm going to be entirely honest, I have no idea where he lives.
That's fair.
Maybe we can ask some of the people in front. The staff might know.
Yeah, I might.
Also, you might want to let your staff know that we are A-OK to be here.
I will do so. I'll do it now, actually. Please exit my quarters.
Before we go, just one quick question for me, just based on what we were talking about before.
That isn't a costume, is it? What are you? And you can see now he leans in real close and starts inspecting you, kind of looking over the lens-like eyes and pardon me, poking the metallic face.
You know what? I don't honestly know, but I think I was built to be helpful. But I was really curious about what you said before. How do you get into acting? Do you take a class, or do I need an agent of some sort? I'm sure you get this question a lot.
I do, please.
Okay. Particularly with the voice.
People say I sound really cool. And I think that's all I really need.
Get out.
I'm going to slowly grab fresh cut grass and drag them out of the room.
Out!
No. This is actually important. We have a couple of companions who are out right now on an errand, but they will be joining us here shortly, I assume. A small man named Orm, he's a halfling, very agile, brown hair, and a wonderful friend, her name is Laudna. She is
Walking cadaver.
Dead, yeah.
She can be intimidating in her presence.
Dark hair, beautiful,
Fine, great.
Rotting.
has a rat.
I will notify the staff. Just leave.
Thank you. Orm, Laudna. They're joining us.
Very
Thank
well.
you.
Wait,
Lorman got
one more just for clarification. You said that people wouldn't notice that they were missing until the next morning?
Or sometimes intermission.
Or sometimes intermission?
Or sometimes intermission. Most of the individuals that disappeared, actually don't know the specifics. You might need to ask around.
The half giant, the performer, was that in the middle of a show that he went missing, or at the end of it?
That was afterward.
Okay.
Do you have a, you run the whole ship. Do you have a stage manager or someone who oversees what's going on?
I have two individuals that help me manage the length and breadth of the establishment that are my right-hand helpers. There's Tefta. She handles most of the business and financials with me. And there is Okempo.
Maybe next
Previously a
episode,
performer,
I'd
but
start
has
trying
now
to build
become
them.
one of my stage managers and helps run the ship.
At least with these fancy names,
Thank you very much.
We're getting something wrong.
Reaches over and you can see kind of off to the side there is an odd conical device that is affixed to the left-hand wall and kind of leans into it. There is an odd trope, and you hear it echoing through, and you now notice this is like a strange connecting series of audio tubes. A strange troop of 7 odd individuals that have my permission to wander the premises. Help them if you can. 2 of them are apparently scattered about. There is a small childlike one named Borum.
Orm.
And a creepy lady one. I don't remember.
Laudna.
Please exit. Door is
I
closed.
leave my headshot on the way out.
Slide it under the door.
Just 17 more questions. Just 17 more questions.
Is your resume stable to the back?
Go for it. Okay, there you go.
Good.
In the interim.
I put it in an envelope full of confetti. He'll love it.
Yeah, oh my.
Horseback riding is a special skill. Thank you.
I have my own roller skates.
I can
It hurts. Orm and Laudna.
Pursue your dreams, everyone watching.
Suffer with the rest of us.
Don't. That's the
worst.
biggest
Don't
sin.
do
No, don't do that.
Don't do it. Everything else, give it a shot.
The 2 of you have pursued into the entryway of the theater. The holding entrance where we could see the ticket holders are no longer present, and there are a few people that are lingering and just having conversations. Maybe a half dozen or so that are left in here, but the doors are partially open and people are exiting, and you can see the Dragonborn usher is kind of just making sure that everyone leaves. You catch just kind of fading past into the night air at this time, of which it is a night.
Oh boy, buckle up.
Oh shit. You see what looks to be a similar figure heading off into the night air.
Want to get a little air?
Sounds good. As we're walking through the lobby, too, I just want to kind of keep my ears open to see if I catch any chatter from the audience. If anyone's like, "Where's George?" I don't know.
No talk of George, strangely.
Okay.
But a little bit of chatter you catch up on seems to be people going, It was a good show. I just wish maybe it was a bit longer. And somebody else is, oh, I remember when I had a body like that. Many years ago, I could climb and leap with the rest of them, but then I married you. And
Isn't that?
you step out into the night air, and
Take care of yourself.
And it's the city at night, right?
it is
Like
the city
lit.
at night. You can see the temperature is
I want
dropped.
to know more about that.
How did it come to this?
The next hour and a half. The temperature has dropped significantly for the night. It is a bit chilly, and there is a faint mist that is starting to kind of apparate along certain elements of the city around you.
See what the background
Make a perception check for me.
The little ones. What is that? That's a 1. That's not much better. That's 19.
That's real good, though.
Sure.
It's pretty good.
The better one.
Yeah.
I'll roll 2 of them. 3 of them.
Unfortunately, you lost sight of him.
Wow, 19.
Can I roll?
Oh, boy.
You know what? Yeah, because you.
Of course you
That's true because you have advantage automatically. So yeah, go ahead and roll separately.
And I get dark vision.
Let's go, Dead Girl.
Come on. No, 12.
I think you went.
No, you went that way.
No, I was
Right?
watching him. He was.
Achoo.
I jump 6 feet in the air and try to look over the crowd and then land back down. Shit.
There's a child about your height who was holding hands with the mom who's in the mid-conversation on the outside, who's just staring at you and goes, cool.
Well.
And just like buries his face into his mom's skirt.
Stay away from the theater, kid. You want to go back inside?
I guess well, that was so short-lived.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Sorry. Rolled really high.
Entire time wandering around the theater, wondering where the fuck we went.
All right, I'm gonna try the lower men's room.
I'll try the upper women's room, I
And
guess.
then we'll just cross ways again.
Right.
Okay.
Quickly discovered the bathrooms here are unisex, but yeah.
Progressive. It's good. Good for them.
You
Them all
wander a
stalls.
bit trying to. Are you looking for the rest of the troupe, or are you doing your own investigations here?
I guess we're touring the theater
Yeah,
at this
I guess
point
we'll
until we find them.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. Should we search? Come with me.
all right.
I lead us to the spot where I first spotted the person, and I'm just gonna, on the off chance that they dropped their parking ticket.
Sure. Roll an investigation check for me.
17.
17, not bad. They didn't drop anything. You feel confident that you're not missing anything, but they were only. You get the sense that they were only there briefly.
That's a big fat dud.
Yeah, I'm stumped.
You wanna talk to Imogen? See where they're at?
Yes, I'd check in with Imogen. Oh, well, we lost him.
Right as you guys
Whoever
are
they were.
pushed out from the chamber of your conversation, you hear the terrifying whispers of Laudna into your mind.
Oh, perfect timing.
Long, long, long.
Don't do it. Don't start that.
Yeah, we don't want to decide that you like smelled bad or something.
Hey, I'm not the one that's covered in dirt.
Yeah, you introduced yourself as being covered in shit, Liam. It's true.
Cross campaign wounds.
Go back to episode 1.
We are about to tour their underground storage facility if you would like to join us.
They're about to tour the underground storage facility.
Meet you by the... Where are we going?
Underground storage facility.
I don't know where to tell you, but we'll meet you on the ground level.
Should we should we come with you, or should we inspect other areas while you're distracted?
No, we've got the run of the place now. So come with us. We could use all the odds we could get.
All right. Let's meet them downstairs.
As you gather up in the main theater chamber, is that where you're meeting up?
Sure. Yeah. Ground in the main theater chamber. Is that that's where we're gonna go?
Sure.
The donor seats.
As you convene there, you see stepping off the stage a kind of human man in his 30s, reddish brown skin, wavy black hair that covers over one eye and goes just past kind of the chin. You can see he has all manner of jewelry that are visible peeking through from underneath the jet black baggier outfit that he's currently wearing over his body.
Yeah,
you can see it has like a hood that's placed over the shoulder.
Right.
Make a history check for me.
It's like last night, like how he's got culture.
10.
10? Yeah. You don't pick up anything noteworthy or memorable of this, but the figure kind of steps off the stage. All right, so we're supposed to be showing you around, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm Ocampo. I'm the stage manager.
Oh, yeah.
What are you looking for?
We're looking for clues.
About?
We know there's been some disappearances around here. We're trying to get a bead on maybe some entrances that we don't know about or exits.
You know about the disappearances, right?
I'm well aware. Yes.
How aware?
Well, I've worked with a couple of them, three of them if we include the performer, but that was a temporary time. Yeah, why?
I was just trying to figure out if you had something to do with it.
No.
Excuse my friend. I think what she means is, do you have an opinion about perhaps what's been happening? We always ask such specific questions. We never ask the person's feelings. What do you feel happened here?
Very
smart.
Nice.
Thank you for asking. Look, Usha was a very sweet man. Just kind of kept to himself. Make a persuasion check.
Mm-hmm. Oh. That'd be 24.
24. Okay. Yeah, he kind of opens up to you immediately. He's like, Usha was a very, very nice man. Was worked here before I started. I've only been here for about 3-4 years as a stage manager. I was a performer beforehand and just kind of stuck around. He was very nice. He was emphatic in keeping everything clean in and outside of the theater. He kept the surrounding streets clean. He's just very into his work.
Nice like, genuinely nice, or nice like, boy, I always thought he was such a nice guy. Too bad he ate the neighbors, you know.
Did he eat the neighbors?
No. Never mind.
It was very nice, very nice.
No weird vibes.
No, just kept to himself. I was kind of sad vibes, if that makes sense. Seemed a little lonely. I didn't know too much about Mrs. Caldwell and the other one. You might want to ask Tefta. I know that she had kind of more of a rapport with them. Tefta in general had a little more FaceTime with a lot of the patrons here. I just kind of ran things from behind the stage. I feel bad about Lidney, though. She was very sweet. She'd only been here for a few months. Bright-eyed young woman, you could see she wanted to be an actor herself, and this was kind of, what she thought was her shoe-in. She mentioned it a few times, and I passed it up the chain, and, maybe there was an opportunity down the road to have her in for an audition, and then...
So if you wanted an audition, you are the person to talk to about that?
No. I mean, I can pass it along, but all of that goes through Stuvan. He's the one with the eye for talent.
We're in basement storage, right? That's what we
Your guys are kind of like walking and talking as you go.
Okay.
You're getting to that space, is like pulling out keys and the key ring and starting to situate. And
Did you see Usha or Lidney the night they went missing? Do you have any memory of it?
I did. Yeah, I think I did. Yes.
Do you remember where they were when you last saw them?
Usha was just doing his usual rounds, cleaning the inside, cleaning the outside. It's kind of his business.
And Lidney was at the bar?
Lidney was at the bar. She was very nice. She's a very quiet girl. Kind of kept to herself on her breaks.
Where did she go on her breaks?
I don't know specifically. I think maybe outside. I don't know for certain, but you could smell on her clothes sometimes. I think she enjoyed partaking in the burning of various tobaccos.
All right.
Usha, the first to disappear. As janitor, did he have
Sure, if I had
keys, a master key? Did he have access to all of the theater?
Yeah, we all had keys to the theater.
I would be, between me, Strivan, and Tefta would be the only three with access to the entire theater. Usha would have had access to the front door and all of the central chambers, but the offices and the storage basement he would not have had keys to.
What type of performer did you used to? What did you do?
Oh, well, I was a actor.
Oh.
And a poet, depending on what was required of me at the time.
Wow. Very cool.
Impromptu poetry or rehearsed?
Oh, I was reading other people's poetry. I guess orator should be the specific term. I did not write my poetry, but I was very good at speaking other people's words.
Like forensics.
Sure. Cool. Anyway, and opens the door, and you can see the staircase descends into a lightless expanse
Ooh, this is
below.
always the creepiest part of a theater.
Goes ahead and reaches up and grabs a lantern and kind of like turns, and you can see the wick kind of light a bit and pulls the oil lantern down. You're coming?
Yeah. Before we plunge, I would like to hang back as everyone's going down and just take one last scan of the house and anything I can see from the stage and see if I can clock Cyrus.
Yeah, make a perception check.
17.
Not bad. You do a thorough scan in a short period of time, feeling confident that looking within the inside, no sign of Cyrus.
I get unnaturally close to him.
What are you looking for?
Oh, Jesus. To make.
Did you see something?
No. I was just making sure everyone made it out safely from the fire.
I'll go with.
We lost that creepy guy really quick.
Oh, good. Yes.
Sure. Well,
no, not. Oh,
I mean,
he lost us. You lost him?
well, it's a fascinating way because it depends on how you phrase it, I guess.
I suppose if he was a threat, we lost him, but if you were after him, he lost you.
Makes you think.
Are you coming?
Yes.
Right.
I tread behind everyone in the dark, say,
Macbeth.
I attack.
I tread behind everyone in the dark, say,
Macbeth.
Oh my!
I attack.
You've doomed us.
Bunch of theater nerds.
I whistle a jaunty tune.
Don't think I didn't think about there being some sort of a curse laid on this theater. So you descend, following into the basement area here, and with the light that you can see curling from the lantern, there are large cases, like luggage compartments and locked boots that have bits of costumes like spilling out on the side of where they were closed. You can see there is cobwebs everywhere. This is the graveyard of performances past, where props and portions of stage decor and flats are kind of just left and forgotten in the far end. It is truly nightmarish without context, and still creepy with context, to see just this odd arrangement of nonsensically fit together colors and shapes and furniture and masks and, partial creature bodies and crowns and weird human faces that are painted over, and all lit by the singular lantern as he passes through and over it.
Never been so comfortable anywhere in my entire life.
or I'm specifically looking for anything that is not looks like it's been moved, disturbed, not covered in dust, and sitting there for 10 years.
Is it all right if I
Prince,
help out with that?
of course.
Okay. Your crackling lights begin to disperse throughout the room, and you watch as Ocampo turns. Oh,
keep yours lit as well, by all means.
So here is where we store the things when they're not being used. We generally keep a central pathway here, and he kind of begins to describe he tries to describe how well organized it is, but the more he describes it, you can see he's beginning to admit that it's not very well organized. And he's like, I was meaning to change that out. That needs to be moved. There was a space here, but that fell off the top, and we just never got around to it. It's not usually like this.
It's clearly always like this.
No insight check.
But make a perception check for me. Perception or investigation, your choice.
In general, is everything pushed
I'll
up against the walls, or is there openings around where the walls are for fire
No,
lane?
no, this is very much not fire safe. Everything is pushed up against the walls.
21.
21.
Code.
One integral way.
Oh no.
Yeah, you can see where certain pieces of equipment have been shifted and moved. It's not like this room is left abandoned the entire time. A lot of things that are put into storage and then brought out for other performances are dragged in and out. You can see certain regions of the room are left to far more dust and decay comparatively, and the areas that are closer to the door have a lot less dust, and you can see are placed in specifically there because they get the most used, and those involve like chairs and tables, kind of generalized furniture that can be utilized for multiple different types of performances, as well as general costumes. You can see one space where it looks like it has outfits that have almost a Isilra design to them, colder and furred based. You can see some that look almost they might lean a little bit towards the Dundalian Empire. You can see the reds and golds. There are all these different, like, kind of cheap versions of different cultural locations from around Exandria that have all been kind of just left off to die in the shaded corners of the chamber.
There's a two-person bear costume here. What the fuck is that? Hate to be the back.
But no signs of rock scatter from shade creeper holes anywhere along the edges.
Do you want to do a thorough inspection of it?
I want to start tapping the walls with the hammer just to see if anything gives a sound, things like that.
Okay.
And where the crate has been.
Yeah.
Okay. Going throughout the room, you do not see any sign of such holes or exits or anything that would be akin to what you had previously encountered dealing with the shade creepers.
I try on a hat.
It's a little big on you. It kind of falls past your eyes, but it still is kind of good. You guys see this wide, brim dark hat, not unlike what, commonly see Robbie wearing. That just kind of, it drifts past his eyes like a child trying on his dad's Woody costume.
Guys, look how handsome I am.
You look great.
I'm going to try and gently injure one of the tables or chairs just to see if it reacts. It's not like it wouldn't have helped before.
You were really traumatized.
That's my world upside down.
Injure it gently. Real Steve.
It scrapes across the ground. The table that you smack on the side, you could see it leans to one way, and where the table is kind of nailed in, or the leg is nailed in, it's now bent slightly to one side, but it doesn't seem to react otherwise.
Is there a prop chest or a
There are a handful of
shelf?
prop chests around here, yeah.
I want something.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
Let's go, Klepto.
Lobna mends the table that was just injured by Ashton.
It snaps back into place.
5.
If you was freaked out, you would have been really happy.
Okay. You open up a chest, and immediately glancing down inside, you can see what looks to be just piles and piles of white lace dresses.
What'd you find?
It's Ashley's closet.
They appear white, and then you get a little closer and look at it, and they've kind of yellowed with time, slightly, but they look to be, designed in a way to exhibit nobility, not of Marquesian nature or history, but from some further offland in Exandria. Definitely theater decadent, where it looks beautiful, and the closer you get, you're like, oh, this is meant to function as a costume, just seen from a distance.
This is the most beautiful dress I've ever seen.
Well,
I'm gonna take it.
Roll a sleight of hand, yeah.
It's got Velcro.
Oh.
Probably not.
9.
You notice that Ocampo has the lantern facing the other way and is like, I'm not entirely certain what you're looking for, but, take your time. Doesn't notice anything.
Looking in a mirror.
Does not notice at all.
Wow.
Nice.
He is not very good at
Rolled
seeing.
very low.
Wow. I'm gonna go up to fresh cut grass.
What? Did you learn anything when I was gone? Any info?
We learned that. Oh, that's right. You weren't with us. We learned there's been a series of disappearances, and there's about 6 people missing.
6.
They have no obvious relation to each other.
No obvious relation.
Other than the fact that they all disappeared here, either during or after a show. Also, just learned that there's a whole stack of cat costumes back there. Yeah, they look very jellical.
I grabbed one.
The movie.
Why do they have a little butthole sewn onto it?
They look added later, but then some of them look like they were taken off.
That was not my artistic vision. That was specifically Stuvan's interest to try and rebrand the show. It's not great. I do not recommend it.
Look, this one wears Converse. Oh, so weird. Interesting choice.
Well, have you found what you're looking for?
No, not at all. We were looking for some sort of entrances or exits down here, but there are none.
YouTube
I
channel.
mean, that's where we came in.
Does this cover everything? This is the only
We're
chamber
proud
down
of
here. There's no
TV.
other levels, no other...
Look up on our
Chambers?
YouTube channel.
This is not like a quorum fortress. We're a theater troupe.
Are there any other rarely used
you're not.
areas?
Direct-
Fly space, other areas?
Yeah, sometimes I'm told in the theater, 2 performers might become amorous with each other and maybe sneak off to somewhere unseen so they can canoodle.
F.C.G.
Oh, this isn't my first day rolling around, is it?
To go off your question, you're in that room. Which, by the way, don't touch that table.
That's why it was so wobbly.
Oh. It looks suspicious.
But as far as other spaces, like there are rafters above the stage. There is, Tefta's in her office probably for the next hour or so.
We should go talk to Tefta.
No, we did want to do a full investigation.
Of course, yeah.
Start with Tefta and then fan out through the whole theater.
Yeah. Is there like a staff break room at all, or?
Green room?
Kind of. It's in the backstage. Sure. I'll take you there. Leads you back up, closes and locks the door behind, and leads you to the a pathway, a hallway that you didn't see that is kind of like to the back side of the theater that leads to the backstage. And you can see there is a green room that is literally just the back part of the stage. And there, Kendra's Flying Lauders are all there with like it looks like a glass bottle of some sort of brandy in the middle that is like half drinking, and they're all kind of laughing a bit and telling stories and having drinks, and they're kind of just winding down. You get the sense that most of the space in this dreamscape theater is for the patrons, and everyone else backstage just kind of figures it out with what space they got. It's not bad, but as you approach, you see like some of them raise their glasses over towards you, and kind of on the opposite side of the chamber, and keep talking amongst themselves. So this is our backstage. This is where the ladders go up to the rafters this way. This is where we control the curtains and any sorts of, for their performance. And he points over, you can see like where there are the trapeze hanging swings and all the various elements there. You can see where the ropes attach and let them down. I handle these along with Tina and Evan, who, after taking tickets, come and help me with everything backstage. What else can I show you?
Is there an area that the staff would be able to access to get to like a back alley or anything?
There is, yes. Yeah. That is kind of walks to the back hallway that led you into the backstage, and you can see there is a door that exits out into the back alley. It says this leads into, there's an alley that runs entirely around the building upstairs in the front here. And you recall, like, it's, there's the large wall of the spire, not immediately butted against the alley. There are some buildings in between, but there's a lot of dense buildings in the vicinity, and the theater just kind of stands out in the middle of it all, like it's carved its own little kingly space in this neighborhood.
Can I look around the alley and around the door and see if I can find any areas that, like I see little cigarette butts or anything drop to the ground?
You can, yeah.
God. Oh, thank you.
Make a perception or investigation check, your choice.
Okay. Why do I suck? That would be guidance. Well, it's not going to make any difference. That's a 4. But we'll try it anyway. 5 plus 4.
So
9.
You got it.
Isn't that a 9? No, that's a 2. That's a 9! That's a 9. Hey, that's 9 plus 3 is 12. Plus 4 is 16.
Whoa, that's emotional roller coaster there. Yeah. Okay. Stepping out. The heavy door has a few locks on it, and Ocampo opens it, and it leads you out into the alley behind. You can see there's like a bit of a street divot in the center, so that any sort of rain can run itself off into the main road. Kind of brick side elements of the alley. It smells a bit musty, but like any other alley here in the city, you can see there's some kind of discarded bits of refuse and some construction materials that have been left abandoned from unseen projects there. It looks like any alley. Kind of looking around the space, you don't see anything directly around the door that would resemble any sort of
tobacco
paraphernalia or leftover materials from a person who is smoking.
Okay.
All right, I'll show you to her office. Campo brings you up on the opposite side. What you can sense from, as far as the structure is for the main theater itself, the opposite end of where Stuvan's office is, there is a secondary office. Okay, what kind of knocks on it? Tefta, I have those visitors that Stuvan said are to ask questions about. And a voice inside goes, all right, let them in. Door opens. Immediately as the door opens, you smell this strong, flowery perfume that just like a punch of Sephora just hits you as a wave. The door opens up on the inside. There is an office that is decorated in garish pinks and yellows. And you can see on this, not even a desk, but like a curved table, an older gnomish woman. Who looks to be what would be the human equivalents of her 50s or so, later 50s, in this like curled, almost beehive hair that looks like it's bright, vibrant red, but you can see it's graying at the edges that you can't tell if that's natural or the dye is fading. She has these elongated glasses that come to horned edges, and just the makeup is glorious in the extravagant use of blush and reds to match the hair tone. The dress is almost flapper-tastic in the tassels that hang from it. And you can see there's a bunch of books and pages and ledgers and other things around in what looks to be a collection box of coins. And you can see gold and silver that immediately kind of shifts underneath something before turning. How can I help y'all?
Evening.
Oh, hello. Handsome little boy. Come here. I'm Tefta.
We don't have a name. We're doing...
We need a name. We really do need a name.
That's a side issue.
Okay, next.
That is a Brandon 101 mistake, I say. But it go on.
Well, we're patrons of the arts and also concerned citizens, and we understand that there's been some, and I'm sorry if this is a sensitive subject, but disappearances around the theater.
Indeed. Very sad. Very sad. Very steep.
And we understand that there's been some, and I'm sorry if this is...
Okay, rejected. Names. Oi. Troubles. Ooh, if that's really rejected. Well, ooh. After, well, it means Bellator's just lost big competition, but if it's not, doesn't Bellator's, that would have been my second choice. Dorian's tax write-off? Definitely. A Calbella. 5 living beings. One robot. One. Yeah. The bell ends. Bells, blue, view, bell. What the hell? Well, Bellsworth.
This is a sensitive subject of disappearances around the theater.
Indeed, indeed. Very sad, very mysterious.
Can I detect thoughts?
Certainly.
I didn't.
You
I'm
catch.
a bit sad to see that.
You catch waves.
I know it's a
of
less competition, but
curiosity
I am seriously a
upon
little bit
the first
disappointed that Trollbells is
Then-
out of the running.
sadness, then an aroused curiosity. And she leans forward and says, well, we're very lucky to have a bunch of handsome helpers coming through here to discover what mysteries might unfold.
See, the theater. It's full of randy people.
It's true. I apologize. I imagine that everyone who works here has answered these questions tenfold, but we're really trying to uncover every last stone in the place.
Of course, honey, of course.
You got
You
this.
got this.
You got this.
It's all in your head. I'm just gonna say, keep it going. Like, wow.
Are there so many?
Yep. Can you take us back to the beginning of all this? Does anything stick out in your mind? Does the owner here or anyone have any enemies?
Make a persuasion check.
Not great. 10 even.
10. She goes, well, I mean, Stuvan has made a number of enemies through the years, usually performers that made promises they couldn't keep and were paid accordingly. And, you know, no matter how nice some folks try and present their skill, maybe they hold grudges. But anyway.
Is it possible to try to probe a little bit deeper as she's...
She's thinking the same thing.
You probe deeper, and the thoughts within her mind go to, this is a strange-looking crew, but if I can pry a little companionship out of that, I'll say whatever they want me to. Plenty of enemies.
But it doesn't sound like enough to push to violence.
I certainly hope not. I mean, something like that for this long takes talent, and honey, let me tell you, none of them had any.
What did you
Punch
do?
Imogen in the thigh.
Did you? I mean, you have such a performer essence.
Oh, me? No, I am not a girl for the stage. I got a mind for business and coin, honey.
Oh.
Look,
She's so theatrical.
one does not have to be, and I mean this without offense, but...
She keeps looking at you. What is her...
Oh, I can see a performer when they walk before me, honey. But you don't have to be pushing for talent to be talented. And that does not mean you have to push yourself upon other people with your persona to be effective. I'm a shrewd businesswoman. I look past the lies of others, and I know how to get contracts situated and set. I make this place money, and I keep it afloat.
I'm so intimidated by her. She's amazing.
And now you know why I work how I do.
I don't know what to do.
It's your
I
first
go.
time.
It's weird.
2 missing patrons. That's got to be a problem.
Yeah? Well, more than 2.
More than 2.
Yeah.
3 missing patrons.
Yeah, well, he's a curious fella, but the If you ask me, it's not entirely unknown that Miss Eden Caldwell and Mr. Amir were carrying on an affair.
Eden and Amir.
Is it possible they went off to have a rendezvous in the middle of the show?
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. This is where they came to meet up. In fact, often during intermission is when they would go ahead and go someplace no one will find them.
Have sexy time somewhere?
No, I assumed it was going to get a drink and talk about their day.
Would that be...
Sexy.
Oh, okay.
So sexy time usually happens in the storage, not... I
They
meant...
can't get to the stores. They don't have a key.
Oh, well then where would they go?
I don't know, someplace where no one will find them.
On the premises, you think, though?
I imagine. I'm not far from it.
So we gotta find the place that even the actors didn't know to go to.
All right, so we got to think about... We got to get in the headspace of people that need to...
You feel
So we
like
all
somebody...
just have to think Randy thoughts for
Please
a while.
don't. Please don't. Like, I don't want to know.
Around Image.
You know?
We have to find the bozo, for sure.
Well, and you mentioned this, Yarden. What was their deal?
Eden?
No, there was another one.
There's an Eden.
Yarden, he's a young man.
Eden, is that what his name was?
Yeah, I thought
He
I
generally
didn't
picked up
realize
whatever the cheapest tickets were and negotiated his way to a dirt poor seat, but popped in every here and there. At first, we weren't sure if he was just an enjoyer of the arts, and I think part of it was, but also he got in trouble twice, because I caught him selling some Kepper dust to some of our patrons.
Kepper dust?
Kepper?
Kepper dust, yeah.
Kepper dust.
Oh, that's so.
For those not from the streets, what is Kepper dust?
I mean, I never had the stuff myself, but from what I heard, it's just something that it's like a snuff that takes you on a trip for a while.
And what does it look like?
I don't know. I never seen it.
All right, so that Yarden was here buying or selling Kepper dust?
Selling Kepper dust, but he got in trouble.
Wait, is
He
she
told me
wearing
to
a
take it
scam?
off the premises, so
And where would he go to sell?
I don't know. Wasn't selling it in here.
So three of the vanished were into sort of
Janitor?
illicit, sneaky things. What about the others, the performers and the janitor?
Yeah, what do
The
you know about
bartender.
Sino who came through?
Sino, look, I don't mean to be a receptacle for so much hearsay, but it does keep me interested amongst business. Sino was a bit of a drunkard, if you ask me. Showed up to a few performances a bit high on the sauce and caused a few arguments when they first set up their performances. There was a bit of a scuffle, I won't say a scuffle, but a loud confrontation the night that they finished his final performance before he drunkenly wandered off. Last anyone ever saw of him.
Confrontation with who?
The rest of his performers.
He left the theater that night.
Possible.
The Diamond Mask. What was the name of the crew?
The Diamond Masks.
The Diamond Mask, yeah.
So they were in residence when these disappearances, when Usha left.
Mm-hmm.
They were here?
They were.
And did they move on to another theater, or...?
They did. They packed up their things and left. They figured that he probably left, and after the argument, maybe went and found his fortunes elsewhere. They had an understudy who, to be perfectly honest, was far more talented than that Sino fellow. Fit the costumes better, too. But once he was gone, they seemed to move on quickly, and I don't know where they found themselves here in Marquette ever since.
And Lydney?
Yeah, Lydney. Sweet girl. Didn't make friends often. Kind of just
Excuse me.
did her thing. She was a good employee. You could tell she was still kind of coming out of her shell before she disappeared. Sad.
We gotta find that secret spot.
Sounds like everyone was loners.
Right?
Everyone.
Sounds like people leaving the theater.
Yes.
Got
Something.
Well, you got a lover's tryst, an entrepreneurial spirit, someone going out to smoke, and an actor left in a huff.
Is there a rooftop or a balcony or
There's
a?
gotta be.
At least there's an alley, but the access to that is backstage, so it would.
Yeah.
When the alley itself runs around the building, people can access it. And you can exit from that point. We do have a rooftop, but that's inaccessible to anyone who doesn't work here either.
empty rooms, offices that aren't used?
Everything here that's not in use is just the open space for the patrons. It's my office, backstage, Stuvan's office, and the storage facility. Everything else is just meant for the performance area.
And the restrooms?
Oh, and the restrooms too, but...
Where did Amir and Eden sit traditionally?
Didn't Stuvan say that they sat in our box?
Our box.
Mm. Oh, you're some box spinning patrons. Thank you.
Well, I feel like we should just look around.
We should look around. I think we should check out that alley more. I didn't really get a good look.
We should look near the box.
Yeah, near the restrooms.
Is it okay if we give like a thorough look around and really put this to bed?
Anything you want, honey. Anything.
Where would you go in here if you wanted to, engage in a little hanky-panky with someone? Where would you
You mean
go?
where have I gone?
Oh, yes, but you can't say the basement. Because that's a given.
Oh, honey, how do I narrow it down? I've left my mark up and down this theater.
Oh.
Cast blacklight.
Do not do that.
Where would you go? Or where would,
Oh, God.
it make sense to?
Well, I have access to everywhere, so I go everywhere.
All right, but, meaning if you were, Amir or Eden, where would you go?
I mean, likely the restrooms are elsewhere. There's not a whole lot of places of privacy around these parts.
Restroom.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's a good place to look.
So Yadin or Eod, what is it?
Yadin.
Yadin. I heard that he came here a lot. Was there a specific place that he would sit?
Yadin, he would just take whatever seats were available, and he would negotiate it down. Take the leftovers, if you will. Wasn't a young boy of much means.
Going outside and buy or sell product, though, is not insane.
Right.
Selling in the restroom, also not insane.
Also not insane.
Should we split up and go scour the theater before the next show starts?
How long do we have before the next show starts?
So when you
She kind of glances over, and you can see there's a glass sphere on the edge of her table that
Oh, so far
you
it's
can see
only
it turning to like a darker tint to it.
Of course, they sit.
Say got about an hour and a half before we
They
start
succeed.
opening the doors.
There's a good chance it leads to combat.
One more question.
Mm-hmm.
One word. First word that pops into your head when you look at us.
Trolling.
Lucky.
That's a good word. It just feels like we're getting further and further from a name.
You're right. I think you're right.
Just getting steered in every
Like you're in
direction.
trouble.
Lucky Truckle. Truckle.
Anything else I can help you all with?
No, we'll get out of your hair. Let's just go.
Tucky Levels.
Well, good luck, and if you're ever curious about some of our special memberships, there are arrangeable pricing on certain seats.
We'll be sure to keep that in mind. Thank you so much. You've been very helpful.
I know I am. Well, good luck. Hope you figure it out.
As we leave, I'm just gonna go. Turns out you don't need to cast detect thoughts to understand what the fuck she's thinking.
It was very thinly veiled innuendo.
But if you do cast it, you get a far more detailed explanation.
Oh, really?
And
Were there membership tiers? Is that sort of thing available?
She's very
There's tears.
sexually confident.
yes, she was. You know, that's admirable.
Yeah,
Honestly.
It's very healthy.
absolutely.
Bathroom? Anybody? Bathroom?
Things I've never seen.
Really?
You know?
Really?
Really
What's one?
heard.
One specific.
It was like a general idea of a position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh.
Feel like you can get
Limbs
more
and
specific.
places. I'll tell you later, Oren.
Okay.
No much compatibility. It gets real creative.
Limbs in places.
Yeah. I thought the acrobats were doing some leaps earlier. All right, where to first?
Are we sticking together? Are we splitting up? I feel like we only have 90 minutes now.
I'm gonna check out the rafters.
I'll go near the box.
I'll check the upstairs restroom.
All right.
I'll check the other one.
How many restrooms are there in this
There's 2.
place? All right. I guess I'll go with you to the box, or I could check out the alley. Maybe get a better idea of the alley.
Didn't you have? Okay, sure, yeah, whatever
Actually,
you want.
let's do both.
I was thinking
I feel like a stiff wind will knock you over. And
maybe they
worries me.
will.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Is there a pit? Is there an orchestra pit?
There is an orchestra pit. Yeah.
I'll go down the orchestra pit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll help I'll help him check with the different boxes.
Who's
Okay.
who's going to the bathrooms? Sorry.
Me and Ashley.
So, all right. So you're going to which bathroom first?
Upstairs first.
Okay. You head into the restroom?
I'll cast enhanceability on you.
All right.
For let's see here, intelligence.
Oh, so I get
You have advantage on all intelligence checks.
Including, I assume, like investigation.
Yeah, investigation
Okay,
would be an
cool.
intelligence check, yeah. Alrighty. You feel this sudden surge of energy within you, and for a moment, your already fairly clever mind is crisp and picking out details that you didn't initially see.
Red Bull. All right.
Not entirely on wrong. Are you heading to the top or the bottom restroom first?
Top first.
Top first.
Okay, you head to the top restroom, which is kind of off in the corner on the secondary floor. And, like a lot of the restrooms here, you enter and there is a seating arrangement, but it is largely just a hole in a tube with a seat built around it. Effective, and, polished, and there are some flowers in here.
Medieval.
But if you would like to inspect it, you can make an investigation check with advantage if you'd like.
Poop with advantage.
It's been a while. Okay.
I need to see him again.
Oh, that's, yeah, thank God I had advantage. 10.
10.
Ew, what? No.
Glancing
I admonish your
through-
rolls.
It's a small roll, or so small. It's a small roll. It's a small chamber as well. Nothing catches your eye as out of the ordinary. It's fairly well kept. This one, for a restroom, looks like this one's probably utilized by more of the upper crust patrons, as the direct line from here is the upper boxes.
And it's just a single chamber, like a single room.
Correct.
Nowhere to hide.
No.
No way to block the
Four
door.
walls, a door, and the pot.
No vent?
Vents, yeah.
No vent above, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
I look down the hole.
What do you see?
What do I see?
What do you think you see?
Shit. A dagger from
Deep cut!
Never forget. Never forget.
I think I can get it.
Lost forever.
Sorry, Laura.
It's all good.
Like throwing the sword back at the lady in the lake.
Okay.
Nothing.
Oh.
Just a shithole.
Yes!
All right.
Cool.
Downstairs.
Downstairs. This one is not as well cleaned, well kept. This is kind of the general public area. This one does have a vent. It does have there's like 2 different slits in the wall that just open up to the outside. They're about an inch wide. The paint here is cracking a bit, but similar structure, similar general interior of the two. Of the second room is the first.
Oh, that's a little better. 13.
13. Climbing the ranks.
I know.
Oh, my investigation shit.
Okay.
It seems to, have been recently repaired to a certain degree, but beyond that, it is a bathroom.
Recently repaired in which ways?
Meaning it looks like you can see there's like fresher sealant on the bottom of where the seat hits the ground.
How fresh would I know?
Make an intelligence check.
All right.
Let's taste it.
Just straight intelligence.
Yeah.
Oh. I should have been doing this the whole time. 20 total.
Whoa.
Wow. It's maybe a couple months old. Looking around, everything else around here has like a layer of kind of just age to it, and growtiness, but the sealed base around where it is, whatever substance was used to kind of seal the hole to whatever the seat is there, is a bit lighter than the rest, and you can see it's a bit fresher.
I don't know.
Again, tap the walls, see if anything sounds weird. Look at
Check the
roof.
vent.
Yeah. Nothing catches your eye. Nothing catches your ear.
I'm gonna look in the hole. It's my turn.
Yeah.
Worse.
You find what you expect.
A tiny assassin.
No.
Knew it.
They're done.
Worst Ghoulies remake.
Next up.
Well, fine.
I mean, it is just a hole. Like like most of the restrooms here, they are just holes that progress deep into the rock and vanish.
Literally shit out of luck.
While you guys are doing that, who's going to the box?
I'm going to the box. Oh,
All right.
you're coming?
Yeah.
You step back up to the box where you stayed. What are you looking for?
Okay, so I'm gonna look in the curtains. I'm gonna look under the chairs. I'm gonna look just every possible place.
I'm gonna look for false panels in the wall, or curtain pulls that open secret doors, or even if you tilt a chair back, it opens like a
opens up a slot.
secret door.
Alrighty.
Up above, even, or
Totally. Make either perception or investigation check. Your choice.
I'll go for perception. 23.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Nice.
Perception or what?
Investigation.
Oh, okay, let's do this. 15.
15. Okay, very good. You do not pick up any sort of sliding doors or interesting panels. It seems like it's a fairly solidly built box. What you do pick up is where you sit and face outward along the railing. It looks like looks like scratches in the wood in the interior. But you can see one of them kind of sits between the set of 4 chairs that are normally arranged here, as they had to bring more chairs up to get you guys situated for this box for your group size. Normally, you can see they've taken those away, and it's just 4 chairs that sit in this box normally. You can see under the between the situations, between the 2 sets of 2 to each side, where the scratches are. You get close, and one of them points outside.
One of the scratches points out.
Or it reads outside.
Oh, it says outside, the word. Whoa. In common.
No, it would be in Marquesian.
Wait, can either of us read
I
that?
can read
You can read
Marquesian.
Okay, great. What does that say?
It says outside.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Touch it, I guess? Maybe. Or
Need you to make
poke
no, I'm kidding.
Just trace it.
Yeah, it's like gently carved into it, and it's hard to make out unless you're really kind of looking to see what it means. And you know what it means, but you don't actually read the word. But it's just gently carved. But you can see where it is. It's very good handwriting. It's not like a hack job like you see on a park bench or anything. It's like a quick carving.
Booty call.
Yeah. Someone left a message for someone else to receive, maybe? Okay, outside. So maybe.
This could be where Amir and Aiden, maybe one of them,
Left a message for
left
the
a
other.
message for the other.
Yeah. So they went outside.
So
from here, let's figure out how they would have gotten outside. Maybe not through the front door. Maybe there's another way from here to get to the alley.
Okay, so if I sit here.
Get into the headspace of Eden.
Okay.
Of Eden Caldwell.
I'm unhappy in my
She
marriage.
is an upper cruster. She's unhappy in her marriage.
Okay.
She's been trying to go on a diet, and so it's making her really cranky all the
It's not
time.
working because as you get older, your metabolism slows.
Yeah, she just has to accept that, but she's not. She wants to stay young longer, and so she wants a little spice in her life. So she
watching
gets
the show.
and she sees the note from Amir.
Someone scribbled a note on the railing.
She reads Marquesian. She can read that it's Amir telling her
It
where to
says
go.
outside.
So she
Okay,
gets
if
up.
I look.
Where'd she go?
If I look to the outside, which way's the outside?
Well, there is off the balcony to the right, there's the entryway into the main theater where most people walk in. from where you are, there is the spiral staircase that leads down. It does connect to the hallway that heads towards the back and to where the backstage area was.
Back. And to the left?
Back and to the left.
Okay, sorry.
Let's go.
Let's go that way.
Okay,
That
so-
feels like it's
So we're gonna
discreet.
retrace those steps.
As you guys are making your way there.
Come on, Amir, let's go have an affair.
You were going where?
To the alley.
To the alley. All right, from which direction are you coming?
I was going back through the door that we had gone through before, and I was going to try to walk around the alley outside to see if I could find any like grates or entrances into the lower level, like the sewers or anything.
Okay, and you're looking into the...
You had described ladders and ropes going up into
Correct.
rafters, so I'm going to get a little bit of a running start and sort of start flea jumping my way high up into the...
Easy to do. Like in the time that they've been doing their searching and stuff, and you all have kind of looked through the box, you've begun heading to the alley. Actually, we'll get to you in just a second. You begin to head up into the rafters and begin your process of searching around. And kind of, what are you looking for?
Give me a little bit of light up here.
Oh, sure. It's not going to hang out very long if I'm not around it, but...
Yeah, I just need a minute, I think. I'm going to look for... is there any kind of platforms or like catwalks like there would be in some theaters?
There is what looks to be two different catwalks that go across the open stage above. You can see a number of ropes that are tied across them. You can see where the trapeze swings are currently kind of held off to the side and latched to the edge with hooks, and all manner of various, slidable ropes and sandbags and the general theater arrangement.
Okay, so I'm just going to... I'll scan the catwalks for anything odd. I don't think I'll find anything, but I still will. But I'll also look for any kind of like trapdoors in the ceiling of the theater that lead up and out.
Good call. Go ahead and make a perception check or investigation.
That is 17.
17. You kind of glance about. You don't see anything that looks out of the ordinary necessarily that would pertain to the narrative that you're pursuing. Check.
Is it like a warmer, colder sort of thing? Does the static get louder if I go to a certain area?
I'll roll if you
Get to that in just a second.
Roll better than I did.
I did. I rolled a 16. As I say.
6.
All right.
Okay. So you both have head to the edge. The both of you are inspecting the sides.
I'm just stepping back and sort of scanning the area to see if I see anything with the wrong color or shading.
Okay.
There's something weird in the gutter.
Okay. As you all kind of move forward, Imogen, you kind of step, and with your mind still open, the static gets a little louder as you begin to step deeper in the alley. And kind of flex your eyes for a second and glance up as you see Ashton and Imogen both kind of inspecting the far back wall. And as they're inspecting it, you see the striations of the stone on the wall back split, where an eye appears in the space. Another section opens up slightly where you can see jagged points within and tendrils. And that's where we're going to go to break.
Eyes and tendrils! Eyes and tendrils!
It's just a fucking wall that's been sucking people.
It's a deathbed that eats people.
It is the death wall, the wall that eats people.
Wow.
So welcome back, and pick up there in just a minute. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay, well, when I get back, okay, I'm going to be going offline and stuff to do some stuff like dishes for my breakfast and stuff. And to post this video. The next video should be posted on later today. Yeah. Hopefully they can survive this. Just remember to also a quick reminder: if you do actually enjoy this, remember to like and perhaps subscribe. Hive. And also just remember. Christmas is coming. Thank you, and